Namaste yogis, my name is Vivek Rawat and I welcome you all on the behalf of Bali Yoga School to this online yoga teacher training course. I'm your Ashtanga teacher and we are going to be discussing about the alignment and the structure of the postures. I hope you will enjoy this course. Namaste. Namaste all of you. Welcome back to Ashtanga session once again. So now let's start this session with the chanting of the Om and the opening mantra of Ashtanga altogether in a loud and a clear way. So bring your palms together, close your eyes, take a deep inhale. Om. Vande Gurunam Charanaravinde Sandarsita Swatma Sukha Vabodhe Nisreyase Janglikaya Mare Samsara Hara Hara Moha Shantyaye Abahu Purushakaram Sankhchakra Siddharinam Sahasrasir Samsvetam Pranamamim Patanjalim. Bend your head forward, pray to the God. Lift your head up, rub your palms. Place your palms on your eyes. Gently release your arms down and open your both eyes. Now, today we are going to talk about the sequence of the ending sequence, like the finishing sequence part 1. Now, in this sequence, in this video, our focus will be on Urdhva Dhanurasana, we call it Chakrasana also, and again the counter pose of that, Paschimottanasana. Paschimottanasana, you may already know about it, you may already know about Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you don't know about it, if you haven't been through the primary series as well, like that much, or if you struggle here, you're going to figure that out, how to crack that, how to fix that. So let's start with me. So from here, even you can follow the full vinyasa or half vinyasa. From last posture what we did, the variation of headstand. We can follow the half vinyasa or full vinyasa, and then after that, we are going to again land in from downward facing dog. We are going to land into Dandasana staff pose. So for that, just keeping straight, keeping yourself very nicely straight. Now from here, what you are going to do, you are going to lie down on the mat, and from there on, you are going to get into this back bending variation. Now we perform this 3 times. In primary series also we were performing this 3 times. In secondary series also we are going to perform it 3 times. Now it depends. If you haven't practiced the all postures before this, then you can perform it 3 times. Sorry, if you have practiced, then you can perform it 3 times. If you haven't practiced, then you can perform it 2 or even 1 time. Or you can firstly go into Hatha Yoga Bridge pose, and then you can follow this sequence of this wheel pose. Now, there are few things for this. Definitely you need a good structure of your spine, flexibility around your hip flexors, around your front thigh muscles, good plantar flexion at your ankles, and open shoulders, flexible core muscles, open chest as well. So there are a lot of factors. It is not just about hip flexors, it is not just about lower back. You are providing the stretch entirely from your ankle joint to all the way up to your cervical, like to your head. So this entire stretch you are going to provide to your body. For that, you need flexible interior muscles. And it is not just about lower back, it is about the entire spine. So of course, like the lower back is at vulnerable position, but you have to be aware of your upper back as well. You have to be aware of your cervical region as well. So these all factors are very important in performing this wheel pose. So we also can get into wheel pose while standing to dropping the hand down, but what happens at the moment you reach here, you are already very much tired. You have, a lack of stamina till here if you are not a regular. From standing, if you drop your back down, you may hurt your lower back. So it is not a good decision, I would say. Only if you are comfortable after this stage, if you are comfortable, if you are not that much tired, if you are not exhausted, if your body is moving very nicely, if you have a good control over your body, then you can try that variation. Otherwise, just get into wheel pose while lying down, while in a prone position. So lying down, keeping your back on the ground flat, and you can bend your knees so that your feet, the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the side edges of the mat, and toes are slightly in, and knees are inside. Pressing the inner edge while going up is very important. Otherwise, you will be flaring your knee out, which is not a good alignment. First thing. Now from here, make sure that you're not bringing your feet too much close to towards your sitting bones. What happens in that? If you don't have that much flexibility, you cannot even perform this wheel pose 2 times. Forget about 3 times. So I want you to adjust your feet slightly away from your sitting bone. Just observe that how much mobile your spine really is. So from here, lying down, and while adjusting your feet, you can look at your feet so that you are providing a nice alignment to your feet, to your knees, so that one foot is not forward or back. They both are in one line. Now making them firm, dropping your lower back, shoulder down, and be comfortable here first. Then from here on, what you can do, you can adjust your both palms in a way so that your fingers will be facing towards your heels, and your back, your wrist joint, the base of the palm, it would be facing towards the side where your head is pointing, right? So now adjusting the palm beside your shoulders or beside your ears, and from here on, just firstly try to lift your hips up. Trying to lift your hips up, engage your core, engage your glutes, press your feet also down, palm down, and get into wheel pose. Now keeping the chest open is the key here, pressing the palm down, straighten your arms, tilt the pelvic floor up so that you can avoid any pressure in the lower back. Holding this pose for 5 counts. After 5 counts, you are going to drop your head down and walk inch by inch closer with your palm, and then for the second time, again up. Again, 5 breath. After 5 breath, head down, walk slightly closer again, and again as you inhale up. Again after 5 breath, down, and after that you can hold your knees. You can relax for a bit. Just be comfortable in the posture. Now, it is very important to understand what is happening in the posture. So if you have a limited extension at the wrist joint like I have, so you can adjust the blocks under your palm. So it will provide you some kind of elevation from the ground, which is going to help you in the posture. Otherwise, you might feel a lot of pain on your wrist joint, or maybe so much pressure on your shoulder joint as well. You may be not opening your chest very nicely, which is going to affect your lower back. So there are a lot of factors and they are connected to each other. So fixing one aspect definitely will bring a kind of change to other part or other aspect here. Now what more you can do here, you can adjust a block between your knees and press the block firmly. In that way you will keep your knees aligned, right? So while getting into wheel pose, adjusting the block between the knees or between the thighs and then going up. This is a good idea first. Then after that, what you need to do, you can also tie a strap around your arms so it will not allow your elbow to go out. So generally we don't place strap on any joint if it is forcing that joint, but if the strap is allowing to not bend the joint where it is not necessary, needed. So it is helpful. Then you can place any kind of yoga strap on your joint, but make sure it is not hyper extending the joint. But if it is helping in order to keep the joint straight, or like not hyper extending it, then it is helpful. Okay, so here you can tie a strap around your elbow so it would not be pointing out, it is straight. Your arms should be straight here in the posture. For those who feel so much awkward, who struggle here, then you can go with the bridge pose of Hatha Yoga. Just simply keeping your back on the ground, bending your knees, and rather than lifting the entire body up, as you inhale, just lift your pelvic up. And you can interlace your fingers as well. So in that way, you can perform the modification of this posture. After following this back bending, what you can do, you can just turn towards your right and you can come up. Or if you have strong shoulders, if you don't have any kind of lower back issues, if you feel this variation, this chakra vinyasa, which we were performing in Ashtanga primary series as well, you can perform it here also. So here you can practice it for 3 to 5 times like this, keeping your core engaged, spine straight. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale down like this. Up, down like this. After the end of 3 or 5 attempts, you can just fastly roll back like this and you can walk front, and then you can follow the half vinyasa or even full vinyasa if you want. But half vinyasa we follow it traditionally. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, as you inhale, just jump up and then sit in Dandasana. Then we are going to follow the counter pose of back bending, Paschimottanasana. So this time, providing the neutral structure to a spine, because we just did back bending. So as you inhale, arms up. As you exhale, grab your toes, side of the feet, or a strap, whatever is needed, and hold here. After 5 breaths, as you inhale up, and as you exhale, you can drop your back down on the mat. You can drop your back down on the mat and you can relax for 5 breaths, because we are going to get into inversion, like shoulder stand after this. So you can drop your back down on the mat, or you can also follow the half vinyasa after this, and then you can come into Dandasana. Then you can rest for 5 breaths. So before getting into inversion posture like shoulder stand, head stand, firstly make sure that you are relaxed, your energy is not high, your BP, your blood pressure is not high, and it is relaxed. Then you can get into inversion, shoulder stand or head stand. Then it is not going to be harmful for you. Otherwise, if your energy is high, if you are not providing relaxation to yourself after the end of like the wheel pose, then you are doing inversion, your blood is traveling to your head entirely, and then it would be too much for your head sometimes, and it may cause some problems. So it may happen, you have to be aware of that. So this is about the first part of the finishing sequence, the back bending and the forward bending, right? So it's time to close the session. You can sit comfortably or you can just stand in Samasthiti. Close your eyes, palms together. Inhale. Swaste prajabhyay paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahimsa go brahmanebhyay shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Rub your palms once again. Palms on the eyes. Slowly, palms down. Open your both eyes very gently. So, namaste.